September is National Preparedness Month, and knowing what to do before, during, and after an emergency is a critical part of being prepared. Katie Carroll with the Better Business Bureau is here with some tips for us this morning. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you. So everyone really should have an emergency plan, an emergency kit, and I know that there's different resources you can go to for a website, for example, that gives you some tips. But let's face it, I mean, we have blizzards here, as we know. We have our wildfires,
the big fire,
right.
Especially.
Flood now is a big concern,
right.
So you really need to start thinking about that. Mudslides, there's so many reasons, and I know that there's a website that you want to put out there as well.
Well, there's one that FEMA does, but there are lots of great ones. Actually, Commissioner Peggy Littleton has a very good one with lots of great tips.
Okay, so what are some of the items that we should have in an emergency kit?
Of course, water, about 1 gallon of water per person per day.
Okay, and we say usually you need it for 3 days. That's
exactly.
kind of what, you know, in case no one can get
72 hours.
72 hours, right.
Same with food, non-perishable food for each family member.
Okay.
Face masks, dust masks.
Okay, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't either. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Pet food.
Pet food. Flashlights.
Flashlights with extra batteries.
Right, right. You know what else I thought was interesting? A whistle.
Yeah. Well, in case you're somewhere where people can't see you and you want to make. I mean, I get maybe a blowhorn or whatever those things.
Something to bring attention
noise.
To you.
Think about like
if you're trapped,
when people are deserted and on an island or whatever, they need to make noise.
Sure.
Something to make noise.
Okay.
And not just a party thing.
Right. Now, medications too. You don't want to forget the medications.
Yes. And
so can you get? Is it just to have an extra supply because they expire? So you have to be careful that you're not, keeping something for a really long time.
Exactly. That's a tough one. I mean, and some doctors won't give you a supply of your medications.
Right.
Most will, but that's a difficult one, but really important. I mean, if you're diabetic or anything like that, you've got to have that.
Right. That's a matter of life and death. Also, if you have children, infants, infant formula is a good thing. Again, you got to keep in mind about the expiration date and check it, I guess, regularly.
Also, I would say blankets. Something to keep you warm, and cash.
Okay, yeah, that surprised me. So you basically have cash. What do you need the cash for?
Who knows why?
Well, that's true. I mean,
let's say it's a disaster like Armageddon.
Right. Can't get to an ATM. Can't get to no electricity, whatever.
Right. But there may be some bartering going on, or maybe it's not that dramatic, and you just need cash. I mean, maybe not all the infrastructure is destroyed, and cash can come in handy.
Right. And taking it a step further, I mean, we're talking about having this emergency kit, but we remind people during the winter, and it's not that far off here.
No.
Snow on top of Pikes Peak this morning, to have an emergency kit in your car as well.
Exactly. In fact, that's where a lot of people say to keep the emergency kit. A backpack full of this stuff already. And it's just important to anticipate, because it's not a question of if, it's when a disaster strikes. The other thing for families, they should know where to meet up, so there's not more chaos and confusion.
Right.
Designate a spot. Everybody go here.
Right. So important. So start planning now, because as we know, those emergencies can happen at any time, anywhere. It could happen to you. So make sure you are prepared. Katie, thanks so much.
You're so welcome.
And we'll be right back.